Hello, everyone. Welcome to We Go Deep with Kat and Sarah. Today we are looking at um, feelings and body sensations. And it's okay to feel absolutely anything. So, Kathleen, you had some thoughts to start us off, I think.
Yeah. I think it would be good to just say, what is a feeling?
Hmm.
To just so that everybody knows what we're talking about. So how would you define feeling, Sarah Joy?
I'm laughing. It's what people use that word in so many different ways.
Yes.
So a feeling would be something that I'm aware of, a sensation. So, okay, it could be an emotion. It could be a sensation. It could be joy. It could be a settled feeling. There's many things that a feeling could be.
What would you say? Then explain emotion and sensation.
Okay, so to me, I suppose emotions are also sensations. You can break them down. But say I feel very sad. Um, the basic emotions I find fairly clear. Like if I'm just sad, but if you look at what am I calling sad, I suppose it's a label for a cluster of sensations that I would feel in the body. I tend to feel tight in my throat. I might be crying. I might have a particular heavy or sinking feeling through my chest and stomach. Um, if I'm angry, I would feel like a rising energy, heat coming up from the bottom upwards, and then I might feel like it's coming out my face. Um, sometimes what I tend to label sensations and not emotions would be if I'm aware of a tightness in my body, but it's not strong enough to call fear or anger or just irritated or tight, or sometimes my heart rate will go really fast, um, and it's a sensation. One person might call it anxiety, someone else might
Yes.
call
Yeah.
it uh, sometimes my heart rate goes fast, I don't really know why. So it's a okay, my heart rate's going fast, it's a
Yeah.
sensation.
Yeah. Yeah. So so all of that is important, I think, because people will hear feeling, emotion, sensation, and kind of clump it all together like it's all the same thing. And we know that a felt sense in the body, right, is we're aware of it. We have the consciousness to know, to have the experience, to know that we having this sensation. The feeling that is emotional or thought generated, right? That then immediately comes up in the body. That's another phenomenon or experience or cascade of events. And what you said there was there's like raw sensation. Okay, heart rate we can know and sense, and we have the awareness that, oh, the heart is racing, or it's beating 20 beats, 25 beats a minute faster. And we're aware of that. And we can put a label on it. We can call it and we go, oh, I'm nervous. But the next person might go like, oh, I feel my heartbeat increased 25 beats per minute and I'm excited. So so to me, there's just pure sensation in the body that we can be aware of. But the mind wants to jump in and label it sometimes. I mean, sometimes you just go like, oh, my feet feel sweaty. I think I'll take my socks off. And we don't make a big meaning about that, you know. Um, and I think so where we were going with this is before we hit record is we were kind of talking about how all feelings are welcome. Like we're all, we all have the capacity to to be aware of them. We don't have to run away from them. We don't have to resist them. We don't have to label them good, bad. You know, we can maybe be aware that this is a sensation, feeling that we would prefer not to experience. But I think the resistance of it, the labeling of it as bad, this shouldn't be happening, only makes that sensation and feeling worse. It's the famous Chinese finger trap, you know, the more you pull, the tighter it gets. What do you hear in that, Sarah Joy?
Yeah. In trying to, I've been seeing this everywhere, like everywhere, not just emotions or feelings, or the more you try to make something stop or get rid of something, the worse it gets. And with, say with anxiety, for example, we, it, it often seems like it's what holds us back is the thought of, I can't experience this, or I don't want to experience this, or this is wrong, or kind of it's a different variation of a similar thing for different people. And you don't really have to know exactly, but it's that fighting against it, that resisting it, that kind of almost counterintuitively gives it more life. And
Absolutely.
and in as soon as I don't give a crap if I feel a certain way, then feelings do what feelings are going to do, and they pass on through because they're generated by thoughts that pass on through. And so yeah, I think it's because we just generate more thought about how we don't want this and we don't want this. And so we're keeping it alive with our resistance, and we have no idea. And we're innocently recreating it all the time and building on it and just building and building, and it gets bigger and bigger and worser and worser. And we don't know what we're doing to ourselves.
Yeah, it's the saying, that which you resist persists, right? The resistance to it is gonna just oftentimes add to it, amplify it. Because the resistance is thought. The resistance is some sort of, you know, thought generated. I don't want this. I don't want to be experiencing this. This shouldn't be happening. Oh my gosh. You know, before we hit record, we were talking about one of my clients who's dealing with health anxiety. Oh, this condition is going to come back. I'm starting to feel something in my body, and this thing is going to come back. I don't want it. I don't want it to come back. I can't deal with this. I can't handle this if it comes back. And guess what? The health anxiety is for this client, you know, with attachment to that kind of thinking, likely to escalate to another panic attack.
It came up as you were talking. I used to think that not resisting, or people would talk about, oh, well, you have to accept it, or you have to allow it, or not resist. That sounded to me like I had to like it.
Hmm.
Like I had to accept a life of whatever terribleness, because this was never going to go away if I didn't fight it or resist it. And it's a lot changed when I realized, oh, I don't have to like the sensation or scenario or whatever the thing is. I don't have to like it. I actually just have to see it neutrally. Like, okay, right now my heart rate is going really fast and I'm having trouble talking because I'm so scared. Okay, that's it. No additional thinking. And it it flows and shifts after that.
I've had the experience personally of not trying to change it to neutral, even to
Mm,
just go. Yesterday, I was feeling restless. It was Sunday about something that I couldn't start, a situation that was going to require a few action steps. And I couldn't take the action steps until Monday. And I just felt restless yesterday, Sunday. And as much as I realized there's nothing I can do until tomorrow, uh, I had this inner sense of restlessness. I don't think I got to neutral. I don't even think I was trying to get to neutral. It was like, I don't care for this, but I'm not going to try to change it. And, it came and went in waves during the day.
mm.
There was and there it wasn't. It just, the energy, the thought, like it's all, and then it all changes. It's, it, it's, uh, it's, it's not going to stay the same and it's not going to last. And it came up again and it had a different flavor and it kind of had it hung around for a little. It's just so it's just like it's all okay, I guess. Like that was the experience I was having yesterday. This is it. This is my life. There's nothing to fight with or resist or want it to be different. And I didn't like it.
That, yeah, that's what I'm calling neutral, is you're not adding on the this must stop, I can't deal with this. You're not adding on extra thinking. You're just, okay, this is the way it is. This is how I feel right now. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what we started saying right in the beginning. We have the capacity and it's okay to feel anything.
Hmm.
And anything we feel is going to change.
Yeah.
However, we label it good, bad. But we were talking, I think a little bit more about the, I shared this earlier. The client I was speaking with a few days ago and myself were talking about the bodily sensation of a panic attack, which we both experienced. And both of us said, she said, I was on an airplane and if I could have gotten out a window, I felt like I just wanted to jump out of the window. And it was like, because the feeling was so bad. Now, you know, if we really think about raw sensation, like were palms sweaty? Was there a queasiness in the stomach? Was the heart racing? But we label it, oh, this thing called anxiety that's so bad I have to jump out the window of the plane is going back up into the head and not describing that like it's a story.
Mhm.
This is so bad, I can't handle it, I can't deal with it. The plane is causing it, all those things. In lieu of taking, and you said it earlier, Sarah Joy, but I think before we hit record, like when you go to the body, you can't think at the same time, right? You can't walk and chew gum. You can't hold if the awareness is on actually what's here, what's really happening that we're labeling a panic attack. It's it's an entirely different experience than OMG, I'm having a panic attack. And you're up in the head with the story about when's it gonna stop? I can't deal with this. Am I having a heart attack? Instead of just coming back to the raw, pure sensation in the body. And when you're in the midst of when thought has escalated from concern to worry to anxiety to full-blown panic, it can seem like, oh my gosh, I can't do that. But I did. And I think, however, you did as well. Like, no, what's actually here that thought is labeling panic attack? There's just
Mm-hmm.
energy moving in the body. Like yesterday, the restlessness, it was like, and again, that's just a label. The raw sensation was sort of like buzzing, sort of um like all my muscles felt like all the body felt tense. Like if I could just go out and run, you know, the whole body would just slow down. Everything felt like a little bit sped up. That's that's what I was calling restless. Somebody else could have called it um, excited because they're going to Disney World. They're about to go to Disney World. So the labeling that we do is going away from that neutral, what you were saying, that just what's here, what is here, what is happening. We have the capacity to just feel it, to be with it without labeling it and turning it into a story, good or bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We can experience any experience. And yeah, it's labeling our experiences that gets us into trouble often.
And then when we do that, we can notice that what we're doing, and we can feel that, oh, yeah, I'm doing that labeling thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
What else you got, Sara Joy?
I don't know. I'm smiling because I'm like, well, it just feels good to we can experience anything.
Yeah.
I suppose what I got. Let's see what I got. Two things. Knowing yourself as the love at the heart of the universe or divine intelligence. At the core of humans, we are energy. And that's why we can experience anything. And if we don't think anything of anything, if we don't have a thought, it all just is. And if we have a thought, then we have a feeling of that thought. And that's okay too. And in seeing that all the experiences we're creating comes from us, then you can start to see before the experience. I often have a feeling of watching myself create habitual experiences and realizing, oh, I only thought I needed that. And then the whole thing falls away.
Yeah. I'm probably for another podcast, but I'm seeing something different about watching, as if there's a me observing and watching, and there isn't one,
Hmm.
that's looking different. But that awareness that I am consciousness, I am awareness, and there's thought arising that arises in patterns that looks like the character me who tends to always think these things like, yeah, that's what's happening here now also,
Hmm.
but it's not really me. And it is. And then but it is like it is. We live in the meat suit called our body, and we get to go out and create cool shit in the world.
Cool.
And we get to feel things.
We do.
But yeah, I like what you're saying.
We get to feel all sorts of things. Awesome. So I think that's about time.
All right.
All right. So thanks for joining us. See you next time. Bye.
See you next time.